In the months before invading Russia, Napoleon mobilized the greatest army Europe had ever seen.
Every detail, from food rations to horse procurement, was calculated with astonishing precision.
By October 1811, France had already gathered more than 119,000 horses for the coming campaign.
By February 1812, the number rose to 145,262.
On June 5, 1812, the total reached over 217,700 horses.
77% of these horses were recently purchased, fresh and untested in long campaigns. Only 23% had served since 1810, experienced, but aging and fatigued.
Of 169,117 horses purchased, 157.
Almost 12,000 were kept in France or sent to Spain to reinforce distant garrisons.
Late 1812 saw another 9,772 horses purchased, desperation fueling the final push.
In 9 months, over 133,000 trained horses were bought and prepared for war. These animals would carry the empire's hopes across the vast Russian frontier.
Feeding the army was an operation on an industrial scale.
A single regiment required enormous amounts of bread, meat, wine, and forage just to survive 3 days. James McQueen estimated that by September 1812, Napoleon needed 32 million kilograms of bread.
Keep moving! Head 'em up, let's go!
For the horses, 60 million kilograms of oats and over 90 million of hay were needed.
McQueen calculated the 1812 campaign cost nearly £50 million sterling by 1815 value.
In 1811 alone, French factories produced more than 200,000 muskets.
Napoleon also established enormous weapons depots across Prussia.
Magdeburg held 100 heavy guns, 462 field pieces, 2 million cartridges, and 135 tons of gunpowder.
Danzig stored another 130 heavy guns and vast reserves of powder.
Stettin contained 263 guns, 1 million rounds, and over 90 tons of powder.
Küstrin housed 108 guns and 1 million cartridges for the invasion.
Glogau stored another 108 guns, 1 million rounds, and 45 tons of gunpowder.
With this arsenal, Napoleon prepared for a campaign of overwhelming, decisive force.
Ammunition wagons stretched for miles, the logistical backbone of the Grande Armée. At the center of it all, Napoleon believed preparation would guarantee victory in Russia.
As the army crosses the river, soldiers feel the weight of entering enemy territory. Each step a reminder that the campaign has truly begun.
Supply wagons creak and groan under enormous loads, carrying the lifeblood of the campaign, food, ammunition, and countless hopes for victory.
Arre! Ándale, caballos! Yeah!
Mountains of feed are distributed, oats for energy, hay for endurance, sustaining the vast four-legged workforce on which the army depends. Veterinary officers move with expert eyes, checking hooves, tendons, and breath, seeking any weakness that could doom an entire offensive. Weapons are handed out with practiced precision, each musket and bayonet another thread in the vast tapestry of war. Gunpowder, volatile, essential, dangerous, is loaded with utmost care, its presence a reminder of the deadly power the army carries. Cannon crews run through precise routines, test-firing guns whose thunder will soon shake distant horizons.
Quartermasters tally every shot and shell, knowing that miscalculations in logistics could cost far more than numbers on a page.
The angle is set at 45 degrees.
Distance confirmed, 1,1200 meters.
Recording that now.
Thank you.
The council gathers in silence, each leader weighing the grim possibilities of the coming campaign.
Hand-picked scouts are dispatched, their mission clear. Uncover enemy movements before it is too late. Before the first rays of light, the scouts slip into the forest, shadows among shadows.
Their search yields troubling signs, fresh tracks signaling the enemy is closer than expected.
One scout races back, urgency written in every movement. His report may alter the fate of the army.
His findings are grave. The enemy marches in overwhelming numbers, and they are advancing fast. Tension erupts among the commanders. Some demand retreat, others insist on standing their ground. But one voice cuts through the conflict, declaring the army must hold the line no matter the cost.
Think of your homeland. Think of your families. It is your solemn duty to stand victorious today.
As the sun dips below the horizon, every soldier works tirelessly to build the defenses that may save their lives. Night falls heavy on the camp, and every guard knows the silence could shatter at any moment.
Some whisper doubts in the shadows, fears shared only in hushed voices under the cloak of night.
A seasoned veteran reminds the inexperienced that courage is not the absence of fear, but mastery over it. Then it begins. The distant thrum of enemy war drums rolling like thunder across the darkened plains. Nature itself seems to warn them. Winds rise, clouds churn, and the night grows restless. The alarm horn blares through the camp, calling every soldier to arms as the ground trembles. Every man and woman prepares with quiet determination, knowing the hours ahead may define their legacy. Their expressions reveal a spectrum of emotion, yet all share the same unshaken resolve to stand together. Then, with a whistling cry, the first wave of arrows descends, a deadly storm that marks the true beginning.
The front ranks lock their shields, forming a trembling wall of wood and iron as the deadly volley crashes upon them.
Archers advance, pull back their bowstrings, and answer with a disciplined counter-volley cutting through the darkness.
From the ridge, the enemy roars and charges, their shouts rolling like thunder as the distance rapidly collapses. Spearmen plant their heels and grip their weapons tight, ready to absorb the full weight of the oncoming assault.
Kill them all! Push forward! Hold the line! Do not break!
With perfect timing, the commander lifts a blazing torch, the silent order for reserves to move into action.
The battlefield becomes a storm of steel and bodies, every inch gained or lost paid for in sweat and blood. From within the turmoil, a lone warrior rises, his precision and courage igniting hope among those fighting beside him. His relentless advance sends ripples through the enemy formation, shifting momentum back to his struggling comrades.
Attention! Form up on the standard. Close ranks. Steady, men, steady!
Deep, rhythmic drumming rolls across the battlefield, steadying shaken spirits and urging the living to push on.
A moment of hesitation ripples through the enemy ranks, the first visible crack in their once confident advance. A crimson banner rises, the long-awaited signal for the waiting cavalry to unleash their decisive charge.
Hooves thunder like an approaching storm as the cavalry erupts from hiding and sweeps toward the enemy's open side. Panic tears through the enemy as armored riders crash into them, scattering soldiers who moments ago stood firm.
Seizing the moment, the central ranks press forward, their unified march driving deep into the weakened foe.
Far across the horizon, signal fires flare to life, word of the shifting battle spreading faster than any rider.
Corporal, over here! Help him up, Johnson. We keep moving.
Medics kneel beside the wounded while officers quietly record the cost of victory, each entry heavier than the last. Soldiers move with mechanical focus, gathering weapons and equipment left scattered across the scarred ground. The commanders speak in low, tense tones, tracing future movements across a map still dusted with the grime of war.
As the sun sets, crimson light washes over the field, as if the sky itself mourns what the day has taken. Flames climb into the dark as pyres are set alight, honoring the fallen with a final, solemn blaze. Sparks fly as blacksmiths restore battered gear, their steady rhythm a promise that the army will march again.
In the rare quiet, a soldier contemplates the day's horrors and the long road still ahead, his thoughts lost in the firelight.
With renewed resolve, the army sets out at first light, each step a testament to survival, endurance, and unwavering duty.